The other day, I saw a quote from the philosopher Seneca, and the quote was, "Being poor is not having too little, but it is wanting more." I think that in this world that we live in, that's a very consumeristic world, and we're constantly seeing advertisements and we're constantly seeing people online in their new cars and their fancy clothes, wearing a nice watch. It is easy to constantly want more. And for a while, I think I was in a state of mind where I always wanted more, and I was never satisfied with where I was. And even now, I'm not necessarily satisfied, but I have something now that I didn't have before, and that is content. I used to never have content, and I always felt that I needed to be somewhere else. I wanted to be somewhere else. And that thought not only limited my ability to be present, but it also stole my peace. I was never happy and even not really that grateful for what I had. And it took me a while to build the perspective that I believe I have now, but this perspective is so much more powerful. I'm so grateful for what I have, and I don't need more, but I'm so much more grateful for everything that gets added to my life now. And even my relationship with God is so much better because I'm not constantly wishing or wanting more. I'm happy with what I have, and I'm very blessed. And then anything else that gets added onto that is just more and more blessings. And I'll be honest, since I changed my perspective and just became more grateful with what I have, I truly believe that more has been added into my life. And overall, I'm just so much happier. So I hope that the right person is hearing this, and I hope that I'm making sense. But I just think that constantly wanting more is just not a good way of life. And I know in a lot of my videos, I talk about not necessarily being satisfied and striving for more. And I think that being satisfied can be a bad state, but you need to be content and happy with what you have, or with what you've already achieved. For example, I'll just talk about the marathon that I ran. So I ran a marathon about a month and a half ago, and I didn't necessarily hit my goal. And of course I wanted to come back and I want to blow that goal out of the water one day. But after the race, I was so happy. I was so content. I think that we just need to understand that our ability just to be alive and get up out of bed is so great. There are so many people who would trade places with you for a day. And some of us get so caught up in wanting more or wishing that our life was better that we complain about our current situation without realizing that somebody else would give everything that they have to live in our shoes for a day. I think that once I realized this and became more grateful for the life that I have, that is when I realized I don't need it anymore. I have everything that I need. I have clothes to wear, a bed to sleep in, a roof over my head, a phone to use and take videos on, a car to drive. I have food. I have water. I have everything that I need. Everything else that gets added onto there is a blessing. And of course I have wants, and of course I'm not always satisfied. Like I said with my marathon, I wasn't satisfied because I didn't hit my goal, but I was happy. I was content. I was so grateful that I was able to go out there. I was so grateful that I had legs that were able to move. Even before the race, I prayed to God, thanking him for allowing me to have good health and healthy legs to be able to go out there and do the race. And it was coming from that frame of mind, it didn't matter if I reached my goal or if I failed miserably, which I didn't do. But if I did, I missed my goal by 9 minutes. But if I missed my goal by an hour, I would have been, a little bit frustrated. But at the same time, I was already coming into that race so grateful for the experience, so grateful for the ability to go and do it, that the results didn't matter as much. And like I said, yeah, I want to beat that goal, and I will one day, but that day will come. And for now, I'm satisfied, I'm content, I'm happy. So I think that we should strive for more with grace, strive for more with gratitude. Get rid of the scarcity mindset. If you feel that you don't have enough and that you constantly need more, get rid of that mindset, because constantly thinking that you don't have enough is probably going to limit your ability to get more, because you're going to miss the good opportunities that come to you. You're going to miss certain opportunities because you're just going to pass them up thinking that there's something better for you always. That was something that I did. I always thought that there was something better for me, that there was something better to do, that there was something bigger. And I missed the small opportunities. I missed the small pleasures and the small joys in life. But once I became more grateful, I started to realize just how much opportunity that I had, and I started to take advantage of the opportunities that were in my life. So that's pretty much all that I got, guys. Strive for more with grace. Strive for more with gratitude. Be content and be happy. It's okay to not always be satisfied. It's okay to strive for more, but do so with grace. Thank you for watching.